most distinctive feature of the LSM is the fact that no one else is doing it. It's an optional second major. We are saying that we think this is so important for you to do that we're credentialing it.
What's distinctive about the LSM to me is that it really allows students to make their own connections between the courses that they're taking in the arts and sciences.
They're able to work both sides, if you wish, the business side and the arts and science side, and yet make it all come together at the end for them.
With the LSM, you make connections between classes as opposed to sort of looking at classes as discrete units. You're looking at classes as a whole, and you're looking at the relationship between the classes.
I was able to, take my business education and really kind of have a different twist on it and put it with an arts and science degree.
I think the difference here, of course, is that our students are not liberal arts majors. They are using this to complement and enrich a business degree. The intellectual benefit to you, the student, is that you have this whole other half of your education that is now really thoughtfully put together. Again, not just checking off boxes, but really doing something with it.
It gives me kind of a second credential, it gives me something actually written on my resume that says that I did this. It's not just 4 classes, it's the 8 classes I'm taking. I'm really connecting them, I'm writing papers, I'm developing as a person as I do them, and then at the end I'm doing this great project that shows me how I got from point A to point B.
You've got to realize that you're going to take these 8 courses, and we'll help you select them. We'll give you some options and let you choose. But that's only half of it. The rest of it is, how are you making sense of this and how are you thinking about it?
If I didn't have the LSM, I would have minored in international studies, and for me that wasn't enough. So for me to have my LSM and global perspectives, it shows people that I'm serious about that interest too.
There are some natural combinations. For example, if you were doing information design and corporate communication, you might want to do an LSM with a concentration in media, arts, and society. You might be doing accounting, and you think, okay, ethics and social responsibility. Any business major would be a nice combination with global perspectives.
I'm here to present to you the results of my reflection on how some of the courses in the Liberal Studies double major, Imagination of the Human Experience concentration, have influenced my work with the Bentley Civic Leadership Program.
I did 3 separate focus groups. One with students who had just done a full semester program. One with students who had just done a short term.
The e-portfolio is the Bentley way of drawing together and keeping track of what you are doing with your LSM. And of course it makes sense, we're a high-tech sort of a place, so there's a high-tech sort of a way to keep these records.
I think the e-portfolio for an LSM student provides them a way of looking at their own learning and how it's developed over time.
Right from when you start with it, you can put on little notes about your meetings with your advisors, and you can talk about what classes you took, and at the end of each semester you're going to have to put up a paper explaining what you got from those classes.
LSM courses have a wide application.
So it serves as sort of advising function, it serves a tracking function to be sure that you're keeping up with your end of the bargain, and it serves as a sort of display of what you've done.
Employers are always really interested in when I bring up the LSM in interviews. They ask me a lot of questions. It really makes me stand out, I think, because you see their eyes light up and they're talking about all the interesting things that they see, and so it's really making you stand out.
With my major in management, I might not go in and say, oh, okay, I'm going to be the boss of this company now. But I can say, listen, I have all these interpersonal skills that I learned, and I did all of these business classes, and I'm showing you that I have this really strong interest in international studies.
It will certainly be noticeable. A liberal studies major in connection with a business major is not a common thing. And I think employers will be very impressed when they hear what you've done with it and what it is. I think the most important thing to stress is you'll be explaining that to them, and that the LSM will be preparing you how to do that, because that's part of what it's about, reflecting on what you got out of it, showing the connections you've made, demonstrating that you're a thoughtful person who can put things together.
So the best part of the LSM for me has been the relationships with the faculty and staff that I've made.
When I tell faculty that I'm doing the LSM, you can really see that they get excited about it, and they're much more interested to talk to me and to learn about what I'm doing.
It's an enriching experience for them as well as for us, because we get to advise them on their courses, but at the same time we also get to mentor them.
I think we learn a lot about you and a lot about the disciplines too, as we see the connections that students make.
We believe so strongly in the way that we have always educated students, and what Bentley's doing is educating students for the future.